Imagine a little kid who used to love running around outside, playing pretend, or drawing for hours. Now that same child spends nearly all their free time staring at a screen, barely looking up. Children staring at screens is becoming the new normal, and while screens can be helpful, too much screen time shapes childhood in ways we don't always notice immediately. Excessive screen time affects young children in three significant ways. It slows brain development, it weakens social skills, and harms their physical and mental health. Today, I'm going to break down how too much screen time affects kids, how it impacts the brain growth and learning, how it weakens social skills, and how it negatively affects their physical and mental health. Young children's brains are still growing, and too much screen time can slow the development in ways that can affect them for years. Research shows that kids who spend more time on screens have more difficulty focusing and learning. Their attention spans shrink because their brains become wired to expect constant stimulation. Instead of focusing on a conversation, their minds crave a fast-paced, engulfing stimulation. Another issue is that screen-based entertainment often replaces creative activities like drawing, building things, or storytelling. These activities can help children develop problem-solving skills and use their imagination. But when kids spend too much time on screens, they passively consume content instead of actively engaging with the world around them. Brain development isn't the only thing being affected. Excessive screen time also changes how kids interact with others. Kids develop social skills by interacting with real people, but too much screen time takes away those opportunities. When children are glued to screens, they don't practice reading facial expressions, tone of voice, or body language. This makes it harder for them to communicate in real life. Think about how important eye contact and listening are in conversations. Kids who spend too much time on screens struggle with these skills because they aren't practicing them as often. Another significant issue is emotional regulation. Studies show that children frequently exposed to screens tend to be more impatient and struggle with handling frustration. Since screens provide instant entertainment and rewards, children don't learn how to cope with boredom or delayed gratification. This can lead to more tantrums and difficulty managing emotions. Beyond social skills, and excessive screen time also seriously affects kids' physical and mental health. The adverse effects of screen time don't just stop at the brain and the social skills. It also impacts kids' bodies. One major issue is how screens interfere with sleep. The blue light from the screens trick the brain into thinking it's still daytime, suppressing melatonin, the hormone that helps us fall asleep. When kids are exposed to screens late at night, they often have trouble falling asleep or don't get enough deep, restful sleep, which affects their mood and energy levels. Excessive screen time is linked to lower physical activity levels. Kids who spend hours in front of screens are less likely to go outside and play, which increases the risk of childhood obesity. This lack of movement can lead to health problems like diabetes and high blood pressure at an early age. Now that we've seen how too much screen time affects kids' brains, social skills, and health, let's think about what we can do to help. We've explored the significant downsides of excessive screen time. It slows brain growth, weakens social skills, and harms physical and mental health. While screens are a normal part of modern life, too much screen time can seriously affect young children. Childhood should be about exploring, playing, and learning, not just sitting in front of a screen. We need to encourage a balance between technology and real world activities if we want children to grow up happy and healthy. Technology isn't the enemy, but balance is key. By setting limits on screen time and encouraging real world play, we can help kids experience a childhood full of learning, creativity, and meaningful connections. Let's ensure they don't just grow up watching life on a screen, but living it.